Okay.
God, persistence is dead again.
I don't think we've played any Blood Bowl since our last game, so persistence is fine for now.
I killed
We had a
rats.
golden age of a week, and then it stopped.
I killed 2 rats, so
Oh. Well, those are Al's rats, though, not my rats.
yeah, no, that's fair.
Um, I mean, I care a little because he's my friend, but also, like, I don't care as much. Anyway, so when last we all left off, the party was rushing to Bateau to come to the aid of Godwyn Cartier, Jacques' son, who has been running Bateau in his absence as the Viscount, uh, but with the arrival of Count Blackwood uh, following your uh, uprising in Kaime, he has been confined to a dungeon for several days, and people are starting to get concerned. So you got the message late in the day. So the sun is setting as you're setting out from Kaime. Elijah took a horse and galloped off ahead of everybody else. So he's going to arrive at Bateau first. Um, so we'll say he's about. Let's see. You said you were gonna basically ride the horse until it drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I have to slow down a tiny bit to make sure it doesn't drop too soon, I will. But
Okay.
otherwise, I am riding it.
Can you
I,
make me
I
an
don't.
animal?
I don't plan on having this horse on the way back.
Yeah. Can you make me an animal handling check?
Not good at those. Really not good at those.
Okay. Um. So, uh, you still manage to get to Bateau first, but the horse collapses of exhaustion much sooner than you would like. You overestimated, or underestimated rather, how hard you were driving it. You know, it's been a while since you were a living thing, so it's kind of hard to remember exactly the signs of exhaustion in
Yeah.
normal people. And so it is dead, and you're still several miles outside of town.
Run, dash, and double time it.
Okay.
35
Uh,
feet, double and tripled.
yep. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
Yeah. Not too great at those either.
Okay.
Yeah. Not great at those
Uh,
either.
so you arrive at the city. You are exhausted though, but you manage to. So normally this would be a um, a 4 hour. You can make. I think you can make one with the horse. You can make one hex per hour. So this would normally be a 5 hour journey. So we'll say you cut that by an hour and a half,
See,
doing all
I
of that.
would I would stop short of truly exhausting myself though.
Oh, you would? Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
just for the simple fact that I know I'm going to need ability checks when I get there.
okay.
So he knows that
Yeah.
exhausting himself too fully results in failure.
Okay. Um, so we'll say that you only managed to get ahead of everybody by an hour then.
Got an hour is
Um,
something I can work with.
yeah. So you are approaching the city walls, and we have this map of the city here. You're coming in from the west. The sun has fully set at this point. We said it would normally be a 5 hour journey. You cut it down to four, but you were still leaving, around like 7 o'clock because we said it was around sunset. So it's now 11. So it's truly it's nighttime. It's dark. What are
Beautiful.
you doing?
So I'm definitely going to have to, go where I'm thinking he's being held
Mhm.
and scout that out.
Okay. I'm trying to remember. Let me read the note that I sent you guys to remind myself of what you know. Inbox, urgent letter. He just says in the dungeon. Okay.
I'm gonna assume Castle Cartier. Having
Okay.
been here,
Yeah. It's a good assumption.
having
Um,
been here and having worked here before, I'm going to work off that assumption for now.
okay, so you're heading to Castle Cartier. How are you getting? Are you going through the gate, or are you attempting to scale the walls and sneak over that way?
Oh, scale the walls at a point where I don't think anyone will notice. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth check. I know you're good at
absolutely.
those.
Finally, something I can do.
Yeah.
Man, all
I
right.
mean, it's
Don't worry, I have full confidence in Elijah. There's no way he could possibly.
Thanks.
I
A
mean,
2, a
fortunately, it's
2, and a 4.
uh, fortunately for you, it is the middle of the night, and
Mm-hmm.
people aren't expecting somebody to come walking up the walls in the middle of the night, especially not a hostile somebody,
Yeah.
because normally it's their people that are doing that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the thing. Is if
Um,
I had got noticed, I'm also good at deception. I would have played that off.
yeah, just feel like you never saw me. The orc method of stealth. Uh,
Basically.
Hey, you got a problem? You want me to break your legs, eh?
That's actually a really bad security flaw. If, like, all the guards assume that there's going to be shadowy people climbing up walls, coming and going, even if they did notice them, it's like a 50-50 chance the guard just goes, no, not dealing with that.
Yeah. In
yeah.
my experience.
When your employers are evil vampires, I think they can handle themselves.
I don't get paid enough for this.
In fact,
They
I think
definitely
Elijah has
don't.
seen that response from a guard once or twice whenever he did work for the Empire.
If
Yep.
vampires want good watchdogs, they'll get an actual, like, fucking hellhound.
So you're able to slip into the city unnoticed, uh, climbing up the wall with your spider climb, and then back down again the other side, running through the city rooftop to rooftop, Assassin's Creed style, just the free running,
Mm-hmm.
and you make your way to Castle Cartier.
Yep.
Um, so you said you have, you've been here before.
I have.
You've worked
I've
here.
come through here on missions twice, so I'm not super familiar, but I have come through here
Okay.
twice.
Okay. Uh, so would you know where the dungeons are in Castle Cartier?
I would know a lot of places that they aren't.
You mean the buffet?
Would I have given him directions before he went off on his own?
You certainly could have. I think you had a moment to do that.
That'll work.
Because if I had that chance, that's what I would have done, so that way he couldn't get his ass lost.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm gonna make my way toward them at least. Um,
Yeah.
I'm looking at the moment for signs of increased security.
Um,
Something
yeah.
slightly abnormal.
Go ahead and make an investigation.
Yep.
Hmm?
Jeez.
Uh, I mean, there's security, and it seems it's heightened from what you saw before. Like there's more guards patrolling the walls. Um, but like that doesn't seem out of character for, enemy stronghold that currently has a rebellion forming on its doorstep, basically.
Yeah. Not at all. Okay, well, I kind of assumed that I'm just gonna have to go in there and look. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, we're gonna work with just trying to get to the dungeons. Are
Okay.
they subterranean?
Yeah, they are in the basement.
Okay.
Um, but Jacques would have told you that they do have windows for light that let in light that you can look through if you wanted to just check that out first.
Yeah, I'm definitely going for that first. That's
Okay.
exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah. So you scrabble your way along the wall, the outer wall, um, and there are like little like slits, just enough to let light in, but not enough for a person to go through. And in the southeast corner of the castle, you find a window into a larger prison cell than the others. And you look inside, and we'll need to go back in time a little bit to figure out what exactly you see. So, Rack, we're going to go back in time with you a little bit to your son, Godwyn. So, you, uh, we talked a little bit in Discord about your guys' relationship. And so we're going to flash back to the day you left from Bateau to lead the Montalban contingent of the Empire's Asarian expedition.
Alrighty.
So you are saying goodbye to your son and your family and leaving him in charge. How are you? How are you doing that? How are you preparing him to take over for you? He is 18 at this point because this is about 2 years ago.
I'm going to place a hand on his shoulder, well, both hands on his shoulders. I look at him and I say, I want you to remember everything that I taught you. Follow your heart. Lead not through fear, but through love and respect. These people look to you to guide them. So do that while I am gone. I need not worry, though, because you will always be there to make me proud. And just know that no matter what, I know and trust that you will make the right decision.
He says, uh, I'm ready, Dad. You go have that big adventure, a new continent. I got things handled here.
I'll never doubt that for a moment. But if there is ever a time when you do need help, reach out to those who can give it to you. There's never any weakness in asking for assistance.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
Take care of your mother and take care of your sisters.
yeah, I mean, how could I possibly screw this up with all them around me? We're all in this together, right?
And give them another reassuring pat on the shoulder. That's absolutely right.
Okay. So we'll flash forward a little bit to 3 days ago, and we're going to switch perspectives here. So you are your son, Godwyn. It's been 2 years since your father left for Asarius. For most of that time, you thought that he was dead. Uh, the expedition failed spectacularly, and the report was that your father died making a stand against the barbarians that murdered him. But just a few months ago, I think, yeah, a few months ago, like 2 to 3 months ago, uh, you found out in the worst possible way that he was still alive, that he was a traitor to the Empire, that you've both spent your lives either serving or preparing to serve, uh, that he threw his lot in with those uh, impure people that slaughtered the rest of his expedition. Uh, and how are you handling that? How have the years treated you?
The weight of rule was something that I couldn't really prepare for. Um, I had these people around me to help me, but as much as I wanted to say that I could handle it, it definitely caught me off guard. Um, to to hear the news of the loss of my father was crushing in a way. A huge part of a bedrock foundation just stripped out from underneath my feet. Um, I muscled through the years, that time, as much as I could, as best as I could, still trying to lead from his example, but it was difficult to always stay on the right path. Hearing news of him being alive first filled me with trepidation, joy. I didn't think it was real. Thought it was some cruel joke that somebody was trying to play, especially with how the circumstances of him being back. It felt almost that it was some definitely some cruel trick, someone masquerading as him to drag his name through the mud. Um, so I feel that I've sort of closeted myself off from that, and I won't accept it as true. No matter how many stories or rumors or tales come into the city from that.
Mhm. Okay. So you shut yourself off, but the affairs of the Empire ever press upon you, and you receive a visit from the Count, your liege lord, whom you and your father served until oh so very recently ago. Uh, and he is incensed at this betrayal. Uh, in a closed door meeting between the two of you, he makes clear in no uncertain terms that he will be watching you for any sign of treachery. And to ensure that you will remain loyal, unlike your bastard father, he is forced to send your mother to the capital as a hostage. And as he is explaining this to you, uh, a guard comes in and says, "Sir, your sisters are missing." How do you respond?
I'm just sort of speechless at first. I sort of look at the guard, Blackwood, and I state that these these cruel jokes, these pranks that you all might have in your head are at an end. I am beside myself with you all constantly speaking of my family in terms of treachery and deceit, when we have been nothing but loyal to the Empire and loyal to the people of Bateau. So I would ask that if you have any more words of these, that you leave them in the oceans and the waters that flow into this city, for I will have none of it.
The guard is very confused um, by this outburst, but Blackwood appears pleased by your show of, uh, you know, if not complete lucidity, at least loyalty. Uh, and he smiles a shark-toothed smile and says, "Well, I see you have some things to work out here. I'll be taking your mother back to the capital. I'll leave your sisters to you to find." Uh, a couple more months pass. What are you doing during this time?
In the beginning, I feel I would throw myself a little bit more into drawing and painting, it first being an escape and then turning into just a distraction, and then being able to bring myself to that. Over the time, I'd learned that my sisters were gone, and I would sort of grow angry. They were able to escape from that while I was still burdened with having to be here, having to rule, that they had the chance to flee, and yet I felt almost chained, forced to stay from some promise that I made to a now dead father. Outbursts would be a little bit more frequent. I really wouldn't take much to visitors. I would kind of just things around the city that I would have more personal knowledge or like a personal hand in helping and assisting, I would just delegate off now to the point to where it was rare where I was ever seen outside of the castle.
Hmm. So your descent into isolationism continues as you build up the walls around yourself, trying to stave off the horrors and tragedies that keep mounting around you. Um, and at the end of this period, you get another report uh, of Kaime in flames. Refugees are streaming into the city. The slaves are all revolting, more so than usual. Um, and your father has appeared, uh, wielding a strange power and declaring his intent to lay the empire and all of its ideals low. How does Godwyn react to that?
There's no hiding now the truth that he actually is returned, and in this open rebellion, this sudden change in mindset from how I remember him is so drastic. It's a shock to the system that that all of this time and years that he spent raising me and my sisters in this beliefs of the empire to be immediately turned on its head is just insulting in a way. Felt as if it feels as if he himself is the perpetrator.
Do you feel guilty on your father's behalf for the crimes he's committing. That was a question I was asking that to confirm my assessment.
We're following his teachings. If he wanted me to stay so steadfast to them and to having loyalty, and that he turned into something like this.
Mhm. His betrayal is personal.
Yeah.
So there is a lot to be done to make Bateau able to admit this large sudden influx of refugees. Uh, the city has been focused on supplying the war effort that has been going on for the past year, and supplies are thin on the ground. Um, and so there is a lot to be done, even as much as you want to delegate your authority and your responsibility away to your uh, subordinates. There's only so much that you can do that. Um, but even so, you try. Your disinterest and uh, preference to leave it to others, your lack of taking responsibility is definitely noticed by your inner council. Uh, but as you said, you're not really interested in that. Um, but you don't have too much time to dwell on it because a few days later, Blackwood returns and he comes into your office uh, in the evening after the sun has set. His anger is an icy mist that permeates around him. You can feel it radiating off of him, and his red eyes bore into you as he regards you once again in light of your father's actions. And then you feel another power emanating from him as his eyes dominate your vision and everything goes hazy. And when your mind clears, you're in the dungeons with Blackwood standing before you. You feel weak and faint. Your arm hurts where there are two pinpricks on it, and there is a chalice in front of you. And Blackwood regards you once again, a little bit of blood on his lips, as and he says to you, I must ensure your loyalty. Drink.
You had no trust in me? You think, what, that I'd be like him?
I have watched your family for 300 years as I have ruled this county. I have kept track of every bloodline, every member of the family brought in, carefully chosen, carefully orchestrated. I know that blood tells. If you wish to be rid of your father's sins, then you will drink, and I shall be your new father.
That doesn't answer the question, does it? $300 and you don't trust my word.
I don't need to trust your word. As I said, I have other methods of ensuring loyalty. How do you think this empire has stayed together under one sovereign for so long? With so many egos, with so many ambitious beings that all see themselves as superior to all others. You will drink or you will die. Either way, I will have my servant. I leave the choice up to you. And he swoops out of the room and leaves you with the chalice in front of you.
Just stare at it, unmoving, staring at it.
Hours pass.
We're on my arm, the bite mark.
On your wrist.
Just look at those, moving between those and the chalice. And I look around the room.
It is bare. You are chained to the wall at the ankles. The only things in the room are the the door, the chalice on a little table in front of you, moonlight streaking in through the window behind you, illuminating it and highlighting it.
You left me alone. After all this time, you left me alone to do all of this. Now I'm faced with this decision. I don't know what you want from me. I don't know the right choice anymore. And I don't feel that there's anyone here who can help me. Maybe somebody will hear this. Rare, I guess. What do I do? What is the right option here? Or am I just alone to whatever mistake is about to be made?
The night is silent.
Threw aside loyalty to the Empire so easily, it seems. How am I to follow suit to that? We've all on loyalty and honor throughout all of our lives. But I guess this is where it gets me. Chained to a wall with an impossible choice in front of me.
This is still before I get there,
Yeah,
right?
this is 2 nights ago. You're about 48 hours away. He is well and truly alone in this decision.
No, my heartstrings, this poor boy.
Getting cold, man.
Oh, we're gonna
Aw.
kill this kid. We're gonna kill this kid.
Also because Rex is on his phone, you sound like Tiny Tim as you
Thanks.
as you
Yeah,
roleplay
it's
this
true,
boy.
Oh, we're
Does
gonna
not help.
strangle him with his own crutches. It'll be great.
I was wondering why Rex sounded like an actual 10-year-old locked in a basement.
Thanks.
The predator has become the prey.
It
That's
makes me so
disgusting.
sad. I thought you could enjoy a little bit of light humor after that incredibly heavy roleplay.
I also, because usually I pour a drink before each session, and I usually drink it like in between role-playing bits, but since I wasn't doing shit, I drank the whole fucking thing, and I think I'm legitimately a bit drunk.
What does the chalice look like?
It is plain wood with just a little bit of silver inlay.
I was about to make shit. Call Indiana Jones. We got the Holy Grail in this room.
Holy Grail is what?
The Holy Grail in the movie, in the third Indiana Jones movie, was wood.
Yeah,
Well,
was
that
how
makes
they.
sense.
That does.
Now,
Because
tell that to
that was the
George
whole thing.
Lucas.
It's
Yeah, the whole
supposed to
thing.
be. It was supposed to be the cup that Christ drank, so it was supposed to be like the least embellished, fancy cup ever.
Yeah, that was the trick. Is it was in a room filled with a whole bunch of fancy cups, and you were supposed to think that, oh well, the Holy Grail is supposed to be like this really important religious artifact, so obviously it's going to be super fancy. But actually, it was, a carpenter's cup, so it's just a plain wood cup.
And then you let the
Would
German
that just
goal
would that just
fountain
look like a
rumble.
mug? Or just
Yeah.
like doesn't it's just a
Yeah, just
normal
like a wooden mug. Yeah.
Wowza, dude.
I don't think it was wooden. I think it was like some sort of
It was wood,
clay.
but it was just a
wood?
chalice.
Okay.
Also,
No, it
I
was
think
wood. Yeah.
the most
How-
remarkable thing tonight is that Cell has never seen Indiana Jones.
No.
How
I
prof-
mean, it is the Last Crusade, so like,
am
I
I,
haven't watched a single Indiana Jones.
am I bleeding profusely from this bite wound?
no, you are not bleeding from the
Okay.
wound at all.
You would have died 4 hours ago.
Dip my finger in the blood. I'm gonna write on the table. I'm sorry. And then I'm gonna drink it.
Okay. You drink it, and you feel a rush of vitality. The uh, weakness and exhaustion from both the blood loss and the burdens of rulership seem a little lighter. Uh, and your body almost involuntarily relaxes and you black out. You wake up some unknown amount of time later, and Blackwood has returned. The cup is once again before you. You feel faint. You still haven't had anything to eat. Blackwood is smiling, his teeth still soaked in your blood. Good, good. You're awake, and you drank last night. That's a good sign.
What more did you want?
Why, only what you've done before. Drink once again.
Just hang my head. Shoulders heave a little bit from the silent weep.
Oh, come now. It's not that bad. You get to live forever, somewhat. And I'll be there for you.
Rack should ask if you're forever going to be 10.
Shut your mouth.
Also, he's 20, so like this is the
Yeah.
perfect time to take it.
Wait,
is-
when did he get older?
He was
I
18.
thought this was a child.
No, he was
No.
18 when Rack left 2 years ago to go on the expedition that he got his ass handed to him
God
for.
damn it, this is a kid
Now
on
he's
it.
20.
Well, actually, maybe he's a baby-faced 20-year-old.
I mean, we've got his character here.
He just sounds like a 10-year-old.
It's just Rack's
You're
voice
just
acting.
mean as hell.
Yeah.
It's not my fault you're on your phone.
He's a
and you
beautiful little
said-
twink. He's tight.
That
he's
is not a
compact.
twink. Look at that. That is not the face of a twink.
Oh, wait, 1
It's
second. Where is this?
definitely otter territory.
Dude,
That is the
that's a
face
fucking
of a
twink.
grem.
So he'd make a perfect vampire. Even
That's-
more reason
If
for him
that's
to
an
drink.
otter, I'm a fucking ferret. Like,
That's a grem.
Well, now he's a bat.
Does it fit into its slimes? I just stare at the cup. I don't
He
even
does
move
look like
forward
a
right
character
now.
that could be in a Twilight, though.
He does kind of,
Actually,
yeah.
no, the eyebrows are too shaded close
I
together for that.
take a few minutes and I stare at the cup, sort of
He-
clench my hands in this sort of just like in this rising sort of anger, and then I just knock the cup to the side.
And we were doing so well. Well, like I said, you will serve me one way or the other. I'll see you again tomorrow night. And he once again flaps his cloak and storms out of the door and shuts it behind him. And you are left alone in the dark. But this time, you don't black out. You feel faint and weak and exhausted. In fact, you take a level of exhaustion because you haven't had anything to drink over the course of a day. But you are yourself, only slightly tainted by the blood of the ascended. Do you sleep or do you stay up?
I stay awake. I stare at the spill from the fallen cup. If I can reach any of the blood, I'll sort of like dip my fingers in it, and I'll just write along the stone or the table, you left me to this.
Mm-hmm. You write out the message and stare at it, lost in your thoughts throughout the night. The moonlight streaming impassively through the window above you, to be replaced a little while later by the first rays of dawn. And as the sunlight passes through the window behind you and begins to illuminate the room, the blood evaporates into a mist and then is gone. It is a long day, but you have it to yourself. Uh, and as the sun sets, Blackwood returns. He sees you awake, uh, and his eyes meet yours, and you feel that power once again as your mind is clouded. And when you come to your senses once again, you are weak. You are having trouble standing. You're exhausted in more ways than one. And you're, uh, as you look at yourself in your hands, they are deathly pale. Blackwood has once again placed the chalice before you and says, "Let's try this again. Drink."
Look at it. Thirst causing. Looking at the chalice and thirst causing me to lick my lips.
Yes, you know you want to. It'll be so easy. You want to serve the Empire, don't you? You want to prove your loyalty. We can forgive your little outburst yesterday. It's only natural.
Father always said that ruling was difficult, that loyalty was built on trust. You don't trust me. You don't trust me to be able to serve the Empire as I am, but I have to be whatever this makes me. Is that what it is?
Well, what it makes you is up to you, really. The process is not well understood, no matter how much we try and study it. There are certain materials that aid in the process, speed it along, but those aren't available. You have your father to thank for that. Your- But from what I know, you have a decent chance. We're just having to go about this the old-fashioned way, as it were. And once the process is complete, then you will have earned my trust.
But you won't trust that I'm loyal if I don't do this. If I serve the Empire just as I am.
Unfortunately, that's no longer an option. The Empire needs the loyalty that your the people have to your family, but you cannot be trusted, and so we must have this insurance.
I knock the cup aside.
Very, very stubborn. But I suppose I was right. The blood does tell, just like your father. Disappointing. try this again tomorrow
Strength,
then.
whatever little strength that I have brings me to my feet, bringing the chains fully taut, and I would just say that you know nothing about me. So I would say that you keep such insults out of your mouth, Count.
Hmm. Hmm. We'll see how defiant you are tomorrow. And he walks out. Uh, so what are you doing after he leaves?
If I could reach it, I'm going to grab the cup and I'm going to throw it at the door.
Okay. The cup, uh, you throw the cup, but your strength has been drained these past few days, both figuratively and literally, and it bounces weakly off of the heavy wooden door. And you take another 2 levels of exhaustion. Uh, and as your strength is leaving you, uh, this is when Elijah looks in through the window. And what does he see?
I'm like sprawled out on the ground, heavily, like looking like emaciated, like a hand weakly trying to scrabble through the stone and the dirt to reach for the cup again, or to reach towards the blood spot to write another message, but it just falls limply on the ground. There's just this faint sound of sobbing echoing from the room.
Elijah, you are stuck to the wall outside, looking in on this. What are you thinking? What are you feeling?
Oh, I'm just immediately going to speak.
Okay.
You know you're holding up better than I thought you would, young Quadrille.
It's rather unlike Blackwood to send a middleman.
Oh no. I was his middleman and the middleman of the entire empire for far too long. You have seen how they treat people. You have seen how quickly they dispose or step on whatever is not exactly the way they want it to be. I would think by now you would agree that they are not deserving of the loyalty we paid them for all the years.
So you
So
come to
no, I am
what?
not his middleman.
Do you come to what? Butter me up and convince me to drink?
Oh hell no. And I'm gonna take out a flask of the blood that I'm carrying and take a sip of it myself. Do you know what this stuff does to you? And so my eyes are gonna start glittering that same color. Trust
So when
me.
he tries to get up, to prop himself up, to turn to the window, and he just falls again.
Don't worry, don't move. Relax. And I'm gonna like pass through some food and water. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just a little bit of it. Don't strain yourself. And trust me, do not drink this swill. You will learn quickly once you drink enough of it, you can never stop. You either become like him, and therefore a slave in a whole different way that they will not admit, or you become like me if it fails. and they treat you like worse than their slaves. An expendable hammer or blade and nothing more. So no, do not drink. Survive.
Why should I trust you?
Because someone who loves you dearly sent me.
I don't think I have anyone that fits the description.
Oh, let me think. Held captive for years. Told the only way to keep his family safe was to keep his mouth shut. Finally worked out a way to try to go home and save you all because he knew what the Empire would do if they found out he was alive. Has been trying this entire campaign to get to you. No. No, you don't have anyone who cares about you, do you? That doesn't sound like someone who fits the bill. Child, your father is, if not in the city already, very close. And he will shred this castle if the way he looked whenever he heard that you were being kept down here was anything to go off of. The question is, do you want him to? I would say so, but that is your choice and your choice alone. You can keep drinking and end up like him, or end up like me, or try something different and see what your father has to say.
He's gonna reach for the food and water and start to eat and drink.
I think this choice will make you happiest. I honestly do. He's gonna take another very small sip of his. Trust me.
Mhm.
This is not the path you wish to walk. So, he's gonna like crack his neck. How to get you out of the cell? uh, I'm going to probably go around to the inside a little and see what I can see. But I doubt I'll be able to get up to your door. Just for the simple reason that I doubt anyone but the Count is allowed in. I'll see what I can do. If you hear fighting, I'm probably dead, and your father will be here shortly.
Who are you?
What?
Who are you?
Dumont, dear boy. And I am nothing more than a blade. And he's gonna kind of fade off into the shadows and start trying to see if he can find an easy way inside where he can try to get eyes on closer to that door.
Mhm.
Even though that's probably gonna get him freaking killed.
Mhm. So, you're familiar with the castle layout, right, from your previous work here?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the map. So let's take you to.
Oh, and they made me a contact for that book, right?
Yes, they did.
How do I contact to them?
You
Is there any
can't.
way? Ah, so only to me.
It's
Got it.
only to you. Yeah.
You
So
can
here's
respond if
Castle
he
Cartier.
contacts you, but yeah.
Yeah. So the prison window is on this tower here, and the stairway down is here.
Okay, one second. Ping the stairway one more time. I'm trying to back out far enough where I can actually see. There we go. Cool. Okay. I've got to come into a main room. Sorry, I had to cough. That's probably well lit.
Yeah, a lot of it is.
Then down a staircase.
And
Oh.
into a very tight corridor of a dungeon. Yeah.
Would you like to be contacted by Noctum? He might just do it because he's bored.
Oh.
Is Noctum
Alright,
bored?
Persistence would probably ask Nopcom to ask Eliza for an update of like a few hours ago.
How long has it been? So he's at the place. Where would
Yeah.
we be in the journey? Because I gotta determine when I'd be bored.
You would be about 4 hours into your journey.
Fuck, that sounds pretty bored.
Yeah.
Because these guys aren't any company, dude. These guys fucking suck, dude. Persistence just stares at a wall and goes,
I'm,
There's only so much
I'm
entertainment you can
holding
get out of
Aerith's
that.
hand. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's only entertainment for Aerith, though.
All right.
There are only 2 people here that aren't sulking. I don't know what they're doing, so I'm gonna write you a little message. So, how you doing? How far away are we from the town?
You'd be about like 6 miles away.
Hello, the once we are 6 miles away. Persistence
Okay.
is just staring at the wall.
I would actually ask Noctum to ask for an update from Elijah once we're like.
Oh,
4
what are
hours
you
in.
doing back there? Oh, wait, whoa, he's here.
Yes, please. If you could get an update from him so we know what we're riding into.
So I can respond?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is gonna be suicide. Here we go.
He says it's going to be suicide.
Well, how much can I say?
You have 25 words you can say inside your head. It's sending.
Oh, I think this one works differently. Let's see here. Features.
Mission is suicide. Let's play. Castle Cartier. That's 7.
I think you have a whole page of words to reply.
Like, it's also you can cast sending for free, so the word limit doesn't really matter. Like, if you
Okay.
just if you just say at the end of it, repeat, like he can just
Yep.
keep on sending it to you. So
We're gonna
guess
use
it
the
is.
south wall.
Okay.
Be ready for an extraction. South wall of Castle Cartier.
And I use the persistence. You got a map?
unfortunately, would persistence have a... Persistence is very prepared.
Oh wait, I should ask for the
Yeah.
important one. Jacque, do you have a map?
Persistence
just
is kind of a
give him the journal.
secretary, so yeah. If
Jacque, draw the castle. Where's the south side? I guess it's the south side. How do we
Yeah,
get there?
south. I got the southernmost turret. I see a ballista on the top. But I
do.
know how much the Empire loves cannons. Is there any
Yeah, it is-
gunpowder around?
I mean,
if we didn't
yeah.
kill one of Rack's kids the first time, damn it, we're gonna do it this time.
No. See, Elijah has learned a lesson from the last one. He knows how much gunpowder to use a little bit more accurately.
Yeah.
He's planning on
Uh,
blowing this wall.
Jacque, you got 6 miles to give me the shortest path to the southern turret. All right, here you go.
That would probably be across the water.
It's
Yep.
doable.
But I know someone who knows fly.
It is doable.
And I'm
Also,
planning on
I
blowing
can't
the
change the
wall.
map, so I guess I'm stuck on this one. I lost my privilege.
Where's the door or the window I was talking through?
The window is on this tower over here. Yeah.
Exterior?
The exterior, yeah.
Oh, why am I telling him to meet me at that tower then? I might go to the neighboring room and just blow the bars off and go through the tower.
Oh, you want to blow a hole like over here?
Yeah, just
The wall?
climb into a nearby cell and then storm the hallway, grab the kid, fly out, we're gone. Hopefully before the
Okay.
army has a chance to muster, because going through there is suicide, even for the whole party. Blowing a small hole and getting to his room with just the guards outside his door, I don't think they're going to have an army on an emaciated child's door.
Probably not. No.
I have a question. What was your ascendant ceremony like?
You want to write it down in the journal? I can do that for you.
Well, no, I'm just trying to prompt thinking in Elijah's brain. It's not something he needs to tell us. But if I don't know how standard it is to have armed ascended guards posted outside your cell and stuff. I'm not sure if Elijah would know that about the current circumstance. Because you told us things the
This
players
is nothing
don't know.
like our ceremony.
Yeah.
This was nothing like my ceremony.
Okay, so Elijah wouldn't have any idea.
Probably has a lot to do with the house and the people doing it.
Probably.
Each doctor likes to remove the bladder differently, you know.
I'm
I
okay.
think.
Yeah.
I'm also not gonna lie. I'm surprised that Jacques' son didn't just. It's like, oh, cool, I'm being promoted.
He raised him good.
I mean, that was up to Rack to decide what morals he instilled in his son and how closely he stuck by them.
Because anyone from House Dumont would have been like, "Fuck yeah, I'm getting promoted."
Yeah. So the Cartier family were a bit of rebels before this even started. Just neat little thing.
I mean, I guess it's loyalty to the family versus loyalty to the nation. You know, it's like Dad's doing something. Something's up.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, I can't relate. So.
Okay. But you
Also,
do know.
Blackwood doesn't seem too charismatic. He's just like, "Eh, do this, or I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna raise you."
Yeah, no, he definitely fucked up on that. Yeah.
You have a choice, but not really.
I mean, yeah, when you're in that position of power where you can just say things and have them happen for a long time, then you kind of
You
expect to
lose
be
your
obeyed.
finesse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shame.
Really sloppy. That doesn't never happen in Noctum.
I mean, that has been pretty characteristic of the Empire so far.
No, it has. I'm just surprised, but if Blackwood had gone to the mayor of Villaplanche and said, you have to either become an Ascended or die," the mayor would probably go, "Oh, cool, Ascendancy, awesome. This is bad right now, but I will turn this into an advantage later."
Yes. Uh, hmm. So are you gonna try and steal some gunpowder? Is that the plan?
I'm gonna see if there's any gunpowder that I think I can get to easily. If not, I'm gonna wait until everyone's closer, and then I'm gonna have to slaughter the guard and steal the gunpowder over his corpse.
Okay. Let's see. So the guards are patrolling along the walls and keeping watch in the towers. So you probably have, once you kill one of the guards, you have like 5 minutes before the body is discovered at most.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to wait for the rest of the party if you're planning on having them help you, because they're an hour away.
I mean,
Okay.
depending upon the patrols, if the patrols are just like sections of the wall and not the entire wall, then you could kill 2 guards and just place their bodies next to each other on their overlapping routes, and you could probably buy yourself a bit more time. If they're patrolling the entire wall in loops, though, then yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch for a while, see how that works.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is, I don't know. Are you watching this whole like wall here?
Yeah.
Okay. So basically, what's happening is, this guy is patrolling back and forth along this wall, and he's checking in with the guards at either end when he does that.
So even if I killed 3, the next 2 around, yeah.
Yeah, and so then the guy who's patrolling this wall is doing the same thing, but with the 2 on either end of him.
Yeah.
So basically, as soon as if you kill one, he's gonna miss his check-in with one or the other end, and then if you kill two, then they'll miss their check-ins with the other side. So there's no way to kill like a subset of them without alerting the whole rest of them
Yeah.
within some, determinate period of time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna want to do that then. Until everyone's closer.
Okay. So let us switch focus to the party. So you guys are riding towards Bateau in your Dumont carriage. And we said that you were about an hour behind. So, and you're just riding along. Are you doing anything as you ride, preparing, talking?
There's not really much to really prepare or talk about. It's like we're gonna go meet up with Godfried. We're gonna see what's going on. I'd probably try to instruct Noctum where, depending upon how the roads go, if there's like a road from like along the river to Via Planche, try to like wrap around and get there so it doesn't look like we're coming straight from Kaime. Just try and keep some aspect of stealth.
Yeah, so you can take the road around to like either the Dead Gate, uh, or you can go through Shade Graves and cross the bridge over the Twilight Gate, or even the East Gate, or the East Gate if you wanted to avoid the West Gate.
Yeah, whatever persistence would, because he would have also like before all this like made sure to get maps and all that stuff,
Yeah,
because he was planning on invading or sieging Bateau eventually, anyways. So
right.
he's relatively prepared. Not necessarily for an infiltration thing like this, but he would know the layout and he would just like, all right, this is the least obtrusive
Mhm.
way to get to Godfried's house is by doing this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the closest gate is the West Gate, but that is also the most suspicious.
Yeah,
So the Dead Gate is the next closest gate
probably
and
the
the
Dead
second
Gate. Yeah.
least suspicious. Okay. So you guys ride around a little bit, but you're able to uh, get on the road to the Dead Gate. So I guess you come in, kind of passing through Shade Graves. Uh, it's a more quiet section of town next to this graveyard over here, and you make your way to the Dead Gate, where you are stopped by the guards. And who's driving?
I am.
Okay, so the guard on the outsides will come here. So there's a whole bunch of guards at each
You
of the
need me to make
gates.
you another carriage? That's right. Oh,
I think I
there's
have
me.
one. There you are. Yes, I have vehicles, House Dumont carriage. There we go.
Oops.
Oh, this is the gate.
Oh no. Shit.
Yeah, this is the Dead Gate.
Mm.
There you go.
Everyone piling.
Going on a trip.
So the
In our
soldier,
favorite undead carriage to burn down a town.
the gate is closed. It is midnight. There are torches burning to provide some light um, behind the guards, and they're watching as you approach. And the soldier over here motions for you to stop, and then I'm assuming you stop.
Yes.
Okay.
Hail, dear officer. What can I do for you today?
Uh, yes. Can I see your license and registration? We're supposed to be
Sure thing.
checking everything that comes in.
Uh,
Uh,
I look through the little window into the compartment back there.
So you guys rolled a 20 on your disguise check. So you have a natural 20, I should say. So you have the appropriate paperwork to hand him that is forged.
All right, I dig that out. Here you go, stamped and dated.
So he pulls it down, looks it over, says, "Hmm. Yes, everything appears to be in order. If we could just uh, have an inspection of your passengers and any cargo to declare."
Certainly, I don't believe. Well, we have two undead.
I would I
Those
would
count
open
as
the side
cargo.
door and it's like, "We are not here at this hour for my health, good sir. Can we please move this along?"
I mean, it's standard procedure, sir. It's
Yes,
orders
yes,
from the
get it.
Count himself.
I am aware, and I will discuss with him how diligent you were as soon as we arrive at the castle. If you could please hurry it up.
Of course, of course. If you could just remove your helmet so I can get a good look at your face, and of course all of your guards, and we'll have you right in.
Okay, so in Persistence's head, who exactly am I impersonating here? I'm impersonating Lord Dumont, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Uh, I didn't have the same issue when I went to the thing. Is there a check that we can roll to see if we would anticipate this sort of thing at the gate?
I mean, I'd say again, you rolled a 20 on your disguise check, so if you think that you could have made a reasonable precaution, you could have made it.
Yeah. I can definitely say it's like Jacque is like he's got a bit of a disguise thing on, so he doesn't necessarily look exactly like him. It's like, this is
He's
my
got a fake
valet.
mustache.
Yeah, this is my valet. These are my slaves. The only thing is like, would Persistence be able to pull off enough to look like a vampire instead of, Persistence? Like he's got the deathly pale skin. It's mainly a matter of, does this world have eye contacts?
Is the guy you're impersonating a vampire? I thought he wasn't.
Oh, that's up to Elijah.
Yeah, I never said he was.
Yeah, I thought that like that was the whole thing with House Dumont was that
Okay.
he
Well,
wasn't.
would then I have enough
Yeah,
to
we're
make myself
lesser nobility.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my disguise definitely has a helmet, but what if I would have anticipated having to take it off? Would I even have had enough time to put that on? Like that's my question to you was: does Persistence know if taking off the helmet, if he would have prepared enough, that he'd be fine, and he'd just confidently take it off and sneer at the guy, or would it's like, do I have to bluff my way out of this? That's what I'm asking you.
You've had so many miles to put on your makeup.
Yeah, I mean you've had a long time. Um, so Persistence is a schemer, right?
Hmm.
And you already said you think this is a trap, right?
Yeah.
And so it would make sense, probably thinking as Persistence, that um, Blackwood doesn't know specifically how you guys are going to get into the city, but he probably does know that one of the ways that you could get into the city is the way that you are trying. And the best way to defeat it would be to make you guys essentially take off your disguises,
Hmm.
right? By taking off your helmets.
Yeah, because Aerith is in fact not even wearing hers. Because last week we talked about it. She is your dock master, and she is to appear as she is a water genasi because she is an exotic dock master.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've found her. Blah blah blah. Blah. Yeah,
Okay,
that
well
was Jacques'
we
whole
don't
plan.
need to get into that much personal details. Okay. Uh Minsk is definitely like there's no way that Minsk is not like Kuzco, are you taking offense to that?
To what?
To
I was
Persistence like this is my slave minstrel.
no.
Okay.
He's accepted. That's been part of it for a while.
Okay, so there's two basic ways I could see playing this. There are either persistence would know that he'd have to like, if I need to take off my helmet, what are my cards then? Either he'd have as good a disguise on his face, which would be tricky because we're doing this very rushed and hurried, or he'd already come up with a plan to like, if he needs to do it, like it's like, yes, come into the carriage and I'll take off my helmet, but before I take off my helmet, provide enough of a distraction for Minx to charm person.
Yeah.
Unless you think that persistence would come up with a better idea with his knowledge of all this.
I don't have any better ideas, so no. I think those are both solutions that could potentially work well. I'd say that I'm going to leave the choice up to you, but I'm going to tell you how it works. It is going to work mechanically.
Okay.
So, you can either take off your helmet, but you were applying the makeup and everything. Like you had the makeup ready to go, but you had to put it on in the carriage on the way here. So you won't be able to use your natural 20 disguise check in order to try and fool this guy. You'll have to make a new roll with somebody in the carriage making the disguise kit roll.
Oh, crap.
That would be Minx.
Or you can attempt to lure him in and charm him. But remembering that things like charm person, when they wear off, the person does know that they have been charmed.
Yeah, I think since we're going to be here for so long, the charm person thing would be the plan B, so to speak.
Right.
So,
Okay.
Minx, how is your disguise kit facilities? Do you think you could do it in a carriage ride?
I am certainly one to perform under a variety of circumstances.
Okay.
Disguise is deception?
I believe a disguise kit it's a tool. It's a tool proficiency.
That's its whole proficiency. And I'm assuming you're not going to allow forked tongue for the minimum thing to work here if I tried to apply it myself. Because it's like, here, let me.
I do have the disguise kit tool proficiency, yes.
Oh, fuck
so that's...
yeah. Do that.
Oh yeah, there you go. And you'll have people assisting you as well.
Okay.
So you can
So
have
it's-
advantage.
But what is it? Just proficiency? What do I roll for it?
Proficiency plus.
Charisma.
What?
Charisma.
Charisma?
Cough, charisma, cough.
Let me look and see what it normally says.
It's normally charisma. If I was the DM, I'd argue that if you're trying to do it in a carriage, it'd probably be dexterity. But it's usually charisma.
Yeah. Let me look at the list of tools.
Yeah, I really wish Elijah was here right now. The dexterity-based forgery kit or
creative visual
disguise kit.
Yup.
Okay. Let me see. Let me consider this.
Yeah, I always use mine as sleight of hand.
Yeah.
While they're doing that, Jacque and Aerith are just playing cards.
Oh, Jacque has been sharpening his sword.
There's not a lot of room in this carriage for you to be sharpening a sword.
Stop.
And polishing a shield.
Once again, with what room?
You don't need a lot of room to polish a shield. Like,
That's fair. Aerith is just holding the shield for you.
Is
so
on
you
your
can
lap,
polish it.
yeah. Let's see. Using ability scores.
Can we just, for the hell of it, just get a D20 with advantage roll just to see what the natural rolls are? Just because this might be a moot point. If they're both twos, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll with advantage, just 2d20. And your proficiency is 3. So that's a
Yeah.
17. And he's going to make a wisdom check. Okay, so
Okay.
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
He doesn't see through it regardless.
Sorry to Gordian not yet, but
God.
No, it's a good call. Okay, so yeah, so you have the disguise on, you pull off your helmet, and let's see, your deception. What's your minimum deception?
my minimum deception is a 12.
Okay. Um. Yeah, go ahead and roll deception. So he doesn't see through your disguise. Go ahead and roll deception to see if he gets anything, feels any off vibes with your character.
With advantage, because I got everything else going for me, or...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's very
Hmm.
perceptive.
Uh,
Oh, I would not have anticipated him getting a natural fucking 20.
yeah.
Because
He's
I'm
on
gonna say,
something
like,
tonight.
if we're riding in here and we have enough time for bardic inspiration, like, definitely would have asked
Yeah.
for that. But
You
I
would have
mean,
had time.
I definitely would have. I mean, regardless, getting in here.
yeah,
But I don't know if
but I'm not
that
sure if
beats.
that works on. Can you do that on contested? If you know that a contested is gonna fail.
I mean, I think I need to be a little bit mean on this one because you guys didn't set it up beforehand, mechanically.
Yeah.
Like if you had already if you'd said you gave him inspiration, for this encounter, at any point before you actually needed it, I probably would have said okay.
Damn it, Cusco.
Um, but he doesn't see through everything, right? Because he's fooled by your disguise. He just gets some off vibes, with you, the way you're something about the way you're talking. You know, you gesture, uh, and the number 3 with the wrong fingers or something like that. And he's just like you can see him narrow his eyes as he's looking at you and looking over your party and says, what did you say your business was in Bateau again?
You're looking to meet with the Count. If you are yeah, we're looking to meet with the Count. We have urgent business for House Dumont.
Hmm.
This needs to be expedited as quickly as possible.
Let me call you an escort.
If they can clear whatever traffic your town has at midnight in front of us, sure.
Should be noted that we are going to drop you off, and then we are going to head to the docks, my sir. That was the plan, right? We're gonna
Sir,
like drop
that
this one off
that
somewhere,
was
and
the
then we're gonna head
plan,
to the
but is
docks.
not what I can tell this guy. Like that's
Hmm?
if he's being suspicious and asking exactly where we're going, it's like shit.
You have business at the docks? I thought you said you needed to talk to the Count.
We have damn it, knocked him.
He has business with the Count. The rest of us need to head to the docks.
This is my dockmaster. These are my retinue. They have business at the docks. They will proceed after I am dropped off with the Count.
Hmm. All right. I'll get a squadron of soldiers to escort you to the Castle Cartier. And he walks back and calls in to the gate, and a runner goes off. And a few minutes later, a quartet of Alvarez soldiers on horseback come up. Or I guess the gate opens and you see a quartet of Alvarez soldiers on horseback, waiting for you to drive the cart into the middle of their formation.
All right.
All right, away we go.
Okay. So you guys are actually now headed to Castle Cartier then.
Yeah.
Okay, so the escort guide you through the streets of the city, going
Are
down.
the escort far enough away to be out of earshot if we talk within the carriage?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Would Noctum be included on these, or would we have to talk low enough where Noctum couldn't participate?
Um,
Because he's the driver.
you could like whisper out to him, and then he could whisper back, kind of under his breath.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know the original plan was to go to the docks. We have confirmation from Elijah that the child has been found, that they are in the basement, that it is not merely just a trap and a ploy. We need to extract him as soon as possible.
Exactly. I will be heading to the southern tower. The cart won't be able to make it there.
Yes. How many people can you fly out? Just yourself and the boy?
It'll just have to be myself, and then I can get him and the boy.
Him and the boy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna get.
Well, actually, wait, this year. That's right, it's not. Okay. I'm not 5th level.
No, I was gonna say it's just you.
No, that's right. I'll just have to get the child. Elijah will probably make it out just fine. And let's see here. Does he
Okay,
breathe?
Let Elijah know that we're on our way. Uh, yeah.
Okay. So they take you south, past the Sanctuary of Verdict, into this little market, and then around, across the bridge, and then down through the streets, past Joffrey's house, and then up to Castle Cartier. So we'll take you guys all back.
All right, who's getting out?
Yeah. Jacque. So, and it's as we're driving. We would try to message Eliza and just say we are going to be nearby soon. As soon as you can start, go ahead. Like as soon as we know that we're gonna have, unfortunately, an escort, like we would tell Elijah to go because we can't just like go into the castle. We're gonna be found out and be inextractable. So it's like ideally we get to the gate and then the horses are spooked by. Well, they're skeletal horses, but ideally before we get to the gate, there's an explosion.
Elijah, we are approaching the castle. Tell me when you're ready. Explode that thing whenever you're ready.
Understood.
That's if I know about the explosives. I wasn't sure if that was communicated or not.
It was.
All right.
These guys over here. We've got. I'll copy you over from.
Part of the whispers is going to be okay. So here's the plan. When we get closer to the castle, Elijah will set off the explosions. When that happens, I am going to direct our undead construct driver to go and assist with the defense of the castle. Noctum, make your way to the source of the explosion, grab the boy, and leave. When you do that, Jacque or Minsk, whichever you prefer, take over the reins and drive us away from the explosion to safety and say that we are going to not be in the area in case there's, it's not safe here, and to ask the gods to come with us.
I'm afraid that won't work.
Why won't that work?
They're not going to listen to you. Sorry to break you in on this whole necromancy thing, but the necromancers usually gotta do it.
Oh, for the horses.
They're undead constructs under my control. I have to command them.
That really
They don't
sounds like
really.
a design flaw.
They're my personal servants. They're animated by my magic. They
You
don't
can't
really.
tell them to
Don't
listen
really
to.
care.
You can't tell them to listen to someone else.
Something with an intelligence? I don't think so.
All right.
Okay. So you guys are being escorted in through the front gate of Castle Cartier.
So to the party, quietly then, Minx would be referencing, if we cannot get away from them like that, once the explosion goes off, do we take on the guards?
Jacque, this is your call.
To if we need to, then we will. If we can avoid a fight, then we would be the best thing. We just need to ensure that we can get him out of here and then go. Whatever sort of ensuing destruction we can cause them would be beneficial.
What spells do we have from the two casters that could serve? From the three casters that could serve as extraction? Because Fly is spoken for getting the sun out. Do Aerith and Minx have anything like water breathing, water walking, Fly as well, something like that?
I do have
Nope.
water breathing.
Okay. So we can, if need comes to it, Noctum gets him out, and then the rest of us just jump into the fucking ocean and just swim out of here.
It may be useful. It may not. It may have to be a distraction.
How long does water breathing last? 8 hours?
I was incorrect. I have water walk. That's what I have.
How long does water walk last?
1 hour.
1 hour. Okay. Could you cast it as we get inside the gate, just so we have that as an option, or do you think we should wait until we need it immediately? Like, how long does it take to cast?
Here it says 1 action plus 10 minutes. But
Alright.
I believe that's for.
That's for ritual casting, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, if
either
it's
one
1
action
minute.
or 1 action plus 10 minutes.
if it's
plus
ritual
10
casting, just cast it while we're getting to the gate, just while we're all here, just so we can have it up, and then if we need to refresh it, you can just refresh it on the fly.
Yeah, you definitely have 10 minutes from the gate to the front of Castle Cartier.
Yeah, just give us an hour of water walking if necessary.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there's our backup plan for if shit goes sideways. Just jump into the bay and just run.
I really wish you didn't want to meet with the count of all things. It'd be so much easier.
The boy,
Could
the
have
god,
parked closer to a gate.
the god looks suspicious.
Why would we want to meet with the count? Could have met with a fucking merchant in the docks. Oh well.
Well, we needed to get our carriage driver, who has Fly, to the prison. It's the primary objective here.
You know what flying entails. You know I am a lot far less limited. This puts a lot of kinks in the plan.
Well, natural 20s on insight will do that to
I will
you.
carry Godwyn out of this castle if I need to, Noctum.
There's also out of character. Persistence knows that everybody else, as far as his employer is concerned, everybody else here is expendable. So
And water walking be cast on my little minions? How many people does it go to?
10 people.
yeah,
Sounds
the
like
horses
my
can
little,
fucking
my
do
little
it.
dudes.
Yeah, we can just
Yeah.
fast
And
and
I don't
furious.
need to I don't need to cast it on myself. I breathe
Yeah, 'cause
water.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you still could, but yeah, if you have a swimming speed already, it doesn't really matter.
A decent amount of us don't really have to care about breathing.
Yeah.
So well, a few of us can go run into the ocean, I guess.
Yep. So that's our backup plan.
So, just to let you all know, if worse comes to worse, we're going into the ocean. We're going to meet the waves. And hopefully that counts as running water. Anyways.
We already know that it does not. We've been over this.
Don't they have special coffins? What was that all about? I forget.
They can still be on the ships.
Yes, and we'll be under the water. They can't follow us into the water. See, it's a great plan.
What if there is running water on the ship?
I mean, in actual lore things, I believe when this first came up, it was talked about the reason that running water is a thing is because it's pure water from like a river or a stream, like mountain, but the ocean is impurified enough where it doesn't affect them.
Beans.
But that was mainly because there was an alligator just death rolling a dude in the ocean. So
Yeah. I mean, you guys do have multiple rivers, or you have a river that is flowing through the city.
yeah, but there's also bridges on those rivers.
That is true.
Like, this is a town built in a vampire nation. I am going to assume they have a get around for every way to do that.
They
I
have
mean-
river precautions.
Yeah. I mean, if you can somehow drag him a mile over to the river, or I guess it's only 1,000 feet to the river and dunk him in.
I
then
mean,
sure.
I'm not worried about the Count specifically. The Count isn't the Count just an ascended. He's not a blessed.
He is a vampire.
Yeah, so and this is Lev's D&D assumption that Thur is going to prove inevitably wrong in 30 minutes. I'm not worried about him, because we can kill just a vampire. We've killed worse. What I am worried about is the garrison, because we cannot kill, 1,000 soldiers. That's what
Yeah.
Persistence is more worried about. The
Yeah,
one
there is-
vampire, put us in a locked room with that vampire, the vampire's fucked.
Well, the nice thing about an army of troops, you don't have to find them all at once, and then you just run into the ocean.
Ah, yes, let's just find a narrow hallway.
Well, that's what castles are.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, you're not wrong.
I have functionally infinite mooks to throw at you in this area.
Yeah.
It's just a question of how many will you aggro at once.
So.
I'm exploding things, all
Yep.
of them.
So, well,
Yeah.
let's see, because I would hope that Elijah got the message and he's about to set something off. So I would hope that it happens around the time we're getting in the gate.
Jacque, how do you feel about a change of plans and we just do a little revenge since we're here as a treat?
If it means that we put Blackwood's head on a spike, I'm all for it.
Alright, we'll just gotta get your boy out of here and we'll kill Blackwood. That's a good change of plans. You know this isn't so bad. Good idea of Persistence.
Okay. So we are at Elijah, who is currently stuck to the south wall. If I'm right.
Yes, as close to the tower that I'm going to be blowing up as I can.
Okay, you're wanting to blow up the southernmost tower, or which tower?
The one over here by the
Okay.
kid.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be going down like a room,
Mm-hmm.
going to the edge of that room and blowing it out. So I'm gonna be blowing out the room next to his, so I don't kill him with debris.
Right. Okay. Okay.
But if I have to go down 2 rooms, I might, because I need this explosion to be strong enough to blow in the door.
Yeah.
And if
I don't
they're-
want to be met with a locked door.
Remember, though, if they're French vampires, they have resistance to brie. So
That's true. That's a good joke.
thank you.
French vampires also like garlic.
No, those are Italian vampires.
Okay, but yeah. So I guess he's gonna be my target. Get the powder. Come down to the
Okay.
wall, and then yeah, I'll be going like from his room. I'll be going this way a little bit, just because we've got a little bit more floor space to
Mhm.
jump off of when we come out,
Okay.
rather than
Uh,
just falling straight off the cliff.
So go ahead and make me a stealth roll. And I'm gonna go ahead and ignore hit points for right now, because this guy is gonna make the most important
Elijah, I'm
wisdom
going to
saving
need
throw
you
of
to
his
start
life.
doing better.
Seriously.
I know that I still failed mine, but that was versus a natural 20, so I have an excuse.
Ooh. Um. Well, he
Where's
made it.
So he does notice me.
He does notice you.
So as he turns to
as-
notice me, I'm just gonna go. Hello. Where is the barracks of this damned keep?
Make a deception check.
and roll above a fucking 5.
Seriously.
Okay, and he's gonna make wisdom. He does not have. He has perception. He does not have insight.
Thank God.
Oh, thank the
Oh,
gods!
Jesus. I was about to be like, here comes another nat 20.
Oh, seriously, do they not brief you guys anymore? Okay.
When did they ever brief us? They brief you. We are nothing but weapons. They throw us at the target and then forget that they threw us.
Which barracks are you looking for?
Anything with a bed. I have been on the road for 3 weeks. Anything with a bed, my friend.
Okay. Well, the closest barracks would be back up north, in the outer courtyard, by the northeast tower.
God, and I'm gonna like walk up, like hand him over a coin. You are a lifesaver. And I'm gonna, as he takes the coin, I'm gonna be like pointing with my head. So this way.
Yeah, that way.
And as he's taking the coin, will I get advantage on swinging on him when he doesn't see it coming?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna be pulling out one of my poison darts and just jabbing it into his leg.
Okay, go ahead and roll it.
I guess one of my poison daggers. But yeah.
Right.
Okay, advantage.
That's a hit.
Okay. And then that's probably not if I needed to swing a second time.
You said you're.
And then
Cough,
You're
poison,
the
cough,
poison one.
cough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I already said poisoned.
Yeah.
I said that before we got started, which I'm trying to remember how much damage that is. Flip. Where is that poison? 76. Another 23 damage.
That's
So
50.
50 total.
Yeah. Well, where are you stabbing him?
Just in the leg, and then like that coin that was handing him, the hand that was handing him the coin is gonna go to clamp over his mouth.
He collapses onto the ground underneath you, and he is still struggling a little bit, but he is surprised.
Cool.
And prone.
That helps. Wait, that gives me advantage on my second swing.
It does, yeah.
There's the advantage roll, which isn't much better.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Fortunately, the man was unarmored and a cripple.
And then second round of combat, he's surprised, so he doesn't get to act. Or I guess he's gonna try and struggle free. So he's gonna try and wriggle away.
Wait, so as this is the first actual round of combat, do we need to roll initiative?
It's just the two of you, right? So I was just
Okay,
gonna go back and forth.
Okay.
But if he missed the first round of combat completely, then Elijah might get a second turn.
Oh yeah. Okay, go ahead and let's roll initiative off each other.
Never mind.
Nope, probably
Never
not.
mind. Okay, so he
Okay.
rolls
Go
an 8
home.
with second
Shut
test.
up.
He rolls an 8 to try and get out with his action. So that would be a contested athletics from you to try and hold him.
Athletics is not my strong suit.
But you
I
managed to
win.
hold him.
Okay.
So now it's your turn.
That free hand is going to swing again.
24. You sink the dagger into his throat, and he goes limp and expires.
And I've still got one more dose of poison in this dagger.
All right. That guard is no more.
Okay. I am going to just kind of like shove him up against the wall as like he's supposed to be meeting like with this guy next, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say that you
I'm gonna
timed
shove
it
him up
so
against
that
that wall.
you
Yeah.
have the maximum amount of time.
Mm.
So you have 5 minutes from this point until he is discovered.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna shove him up against that wall then. Grab the gunpowder that I need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a little cake of gunpowder you can use.
Cool. I'm gonna grab a very small amount of gunpowder and I'm going to plant it on this gun
Okay.
and put
You're gonna load the cannon.
yeah, basically. But
Okay.
like prepare it to blow itself up.
Okay, so you're gonna
Actually,
overload the cannon.
yeah, but I'm gonna overload the cannon pointing at the back of the keep.
Okay.
So maybe the ball will still go the right direction. But yeah, like toward where I know the barracks might be.
Okay.
But I am gonna load it to explode to blow itself.
Okay. So that's gonna take about 30 seconds.
Perfect.
So you've got 4 minutes 30.
Yep. And as like before I plant that one, I'm gonna be prepping the other one to have a 15-second timer. I'm gonna go down the wall, get to the room that I want,
Mm-hmm.
plant it, double time it back around the out of the blast zone.
Right. Okay. So it goes off at about 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
At which point it won't matter. Okay. So the timer ticks down, and you all hear in the distance, once again.
Ooh.
Well, wasn't expecting that.
So then, Elijah, you run into the dungeon, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I am going to try to stealth along the ceiling real quick to try to get my first swing off.
Mm-hmm.
Dagger in
Okay.
one hand, sword in the other.
We'll come back to you,
Okay.
and we'll see how the rest of the party reacts. So
Cool.
you guys all hear the explosion, and all the soldiers around you all look at it and seem spooked. And then you hear shouting. The whole place is now abuzz with activity.
I lean out the window. What the hell is going on?
Oh my, are those terrorists attacking again?
Is it the
I
rebels
don't
from
know. I don't
Jaime?
know.
Go find out what's happening.
Can you get us to safety?
And the leader is basically like, come on, we've got to get the what rank are you anyway? We got to get the Lord out of here. Come on, turn this cart around. Let's go. And he spurs his horse around and kind of motions for you to back the cart up.
Let's hear.
System. and the horses behind you
I-
move.
I leave it to Noctum to figure out the best way for him to do his job.
All right, let's get out of here.
And then we leave and never come back. That
Those
is it.
children. How distracted is everybody?
Pretty distracted. Like all eyes are this way.
All right, where's everybody going here? Is this the location we are?
You guys are up here. Yeah,
This is where we actually are. Okay.
Right.
So
Let's see
would
here.
we have discussed before this if like we would, because we want to get Noctum to the boy to fly them out. So
Right.
would we have discussed using this as an opportunity to, like, there's an explosion, it's over there, the safest place is like the keep or the barracks or like the closest, like,
You definitely could have set that up if you wanted.
yeah. Okay, it's like, yes, no, bring us to the keep immediately. There's safety. It's I trust the whatever safety the Duke has more than anywhere you can bring me. If there's any
Uh,
danger, my construct can aid in the fighting.
Make a persuasion check.
For how long does Bardic Inspiration last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Can you just give me Bardic Inspiration when we're almost at the gate, just so I have it in case I need it for any of these?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you heard the man. To the keep.
Also,
And they
now's a good situation. I will be casting Armor of Agathise on myself.
Prepare yourselves for battle, just in case the terrorists attack us as well. Thur, you might need to move all of us at once.
Okay, you want me to move all of you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
control over everybody's there.
Oh, we left a soldier behind.
The weak can fall behind.
So you're riding along. You can see the it's now a buzz of activity. I'm not putting tokens for everybody, but there's people and soldiers all around
It's
you.
a
You are
hornet
so-
nest. Yeah.
It is a hornet's nest that you just kicked. And they go up
To the gates.
to the gate. And the guy in front of you says, "Open up, open up. We've got Lord Dumont here, and his retinue to help." Everybody on the gate's like, "What? Who? We weren't informed. What's going on? What was that explosion?"
We're here to help,
Oh,
good
no.
sirs. Please open the gate.
Open the gate, construct, as soon as you can. Get over there. Assist them with fending off the attackers.
I gotta park the carriage. 1 second.
Curse having good help. Such a responsible driver.
Let's see. Yeah, I think with you and the soldiers shouting at them, they're confused, but they'll go ahead and open the gate for you, and you'll all ride through. Let's see. I'll put you right at the front, and they'll get their horses and they'll dismount and rush in beside you.
All right, Lord, get inside. I will go investigate. And, I'm gonna have Doug and Frederick. They're going to like fiddle with the horses, and they're gonna like mountain them, and they're gonna ride them around.
Okay.
So we're gonna handle that. And I'm just going to like clamber around.
I would pull
and,
before, yeah, and before all the guards leave, I would pull one of the ones escorting us aside, and it's like, what's going on? You need to tell me what's happening.
You're one of the ones that was escorting you? Or...
Yeah, or any, or one of the new ones. I guess. Like I just
Yeah.
want to make it as like persistence is making a show of like, you need to tell me what the fuck is going on. I need to be an overbearing noble in this instance.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So I guess the gate guard is right there that you could chat with.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't know. There was an explosion just a minute ago. We're not supposed to leave our post though, so the
Where are
response
there-
teams will be checking it out.
Are there any evacuation points? If this keep is falling under siege, where should we go for safety?
I mean, this is the safe spot. The keep is the safe spot.
Have they said the same thing at Kaime? You haven't done any training since? What is wrong with you?
What do you mean? I mean, Kaime was only like a couple weeks ago. we, we haven't had time to do training.
You sour, lazy, slacking... And I'll just, like, storm off and just back to the carriage. And I would look
Okay.
I'll look at Doug and the skeletons, like, and think to myself, alright, Noctum is gone. I know that these are undead horses. I know what the literal text of the control undead thing is. But would Persistence know of a way to, like, if we need to move to get these horses under control?
You might have to take up some levels in necromancy.
Yeah. It's either that or I could try and infuse them with Hellfire or something, but that would probably be a bit of a giveaway. It's just for, yeah.
And just fill everything with hellfire.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to point to some of the guards standing there. It's like, you, too. Switch out our constructors in charge of these skeletons. If we need to get away from this keep in the attack, we need live horses that'll take instructions. Change these horses out immediately.
Right away, sir. And he's gonna take these horses that are living and put them on your cart instead of the other horses.
Oops. Whoop, whoop.
Doug, Frederick,
Here,
go help your master.
They're already doing that.
Or,
They don't even look at you.
okay, I have no control over Doug and Frederick. If we need to leave them behind, so be it.
They're
Like,
going to walk into the ocean.
Yeah. It's like if you... I'm going to just impress one of the guards. It's like, you need to ask whoever is in charge what the hell is happening and let me know if I need to leave because we're under an attack. Understand here?
Yes, I'll go see if I can find my superior officer, and he's gonna run into the castle.
Okay, and there are other guards, and it's each other. And it's like, if he does not come back, then in like 5 minutes, then we cannot guarantee our safety. We are leaving, and you need to take us to the next safest location, away from this keep. Because there's
right,
like guards everywhere, so I assume I have
Yeah.
a lot to work with.
Yeah, the whole place is swarming with guards at this point.
Okay. So basically, that's what I'm setting up. Is they're obviously not gonna. There's an explosion happening. There's a bunch of confusion. I'm setting the timeline so small that they're not gonna come back within that thing. And as soon as I'm arbitrarily just gonna go, we need to leave. It's not safe here. You people are incompetent. Bring us to the next location immediately. We'll wait for the count there.
Right. I hate to be a party pooper, but my brain is trying to separate from my skull. So I'm going to have, before we get into anything super heavy, I will have to go.
Okay.
I'll send you
can
the
swap-
link. So.
Yeah. Good night. We can swap focus back to Elijah, and then he can do his part, and then we can call it a night. That'll probably take us almost to midnight anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. Hope your head feels better.
Thank you.
Take care.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Night. Let's see. So we'll put Elijah in his room.
So as that bomb's about to go off, he is going to go ahead and drink one of his potions.
One of your angel blood potions.
My angel blood potions. He's actually going
Ooh, exciting.
to anything necessary kind of moment.
Yeah. Okay. So
That
we'll
puts
move
me down to
you-
9 9 vials of blessed blood, and I'm down to 3 full potions of.
I think this is
Poison.
black for everybody else, right? Nobody else
Yep.
can see anything? Okay. I think we did it. Okay, so let's put the party here. Let's see. And Elijah has 60-foot dark vision, right?
Yep.
Okay. So you should be able to see exactly what he sees.
Cool. Okay. Need me to roll initiative or
You
anything, or just start going? Or roll
yeah.
stealth?
You already rolled stealth, didn't you? You rolled a 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll roll some
So
initiative
you're
then.
scrabbling along the ceiling in here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and.
I poke my head out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm kind of turned around. Elijah really wouldn't be because he just walked through the wall. Which direction is that room?
Yeah, so this way is the way to the big room,
This way?
and this to the north.
Oh.
So
This way
so
is to his room.
yeah, exactly. So this is the tower. So this is the outer wall. So this map is kind of upside down. I have it on mine on the GM layer so I could get a feel for it because these two maps don't actually go together.
Yeah, 20, 25, 30, and I'm at his door.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see, and you are stealthing, so I need to make a important perception roll. Perception. So can you see the guy that's down here?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. So he spots you.
Yep.
So he's gonna roll initiative as well. He says, "Hey, get down from there." And he draws
Okay.
his sword.
And I'm gonna hop down to the floor. How good's the lock on that door?
Better than that.
Cool. Now is the time to use the inspiration you gave me like 6 sessions ago. But I still have marked for some reason. No, wait. That's a different character sheet. That's the wrong character sheet entirely that I just rolled off of.
I was gonna say you just did sleight of hand for Keelundi.
Yeah, I have his sheet open to remember how Radiant Soul works. So I rolled a 5. I have a plus 8, so it's a 13.
Yeah,
There we go.
it
The right sheet's open.
13
Still
is
better
still
than
not enough. Yeah,
Okay.
still not good enough for a regular lock.
Okay.
At least, yeah, you're not able to like jimmy it open from behind you.
Okay.
Like
Does that count as an object interaction or
that would
an
be a
action?
full action.
Okay. Let me check the information on this item. As an action. Okay. Yep, that's my action then.
Didn't persistence give him the sharp sword?
He did.
Yep.
Wait.
Yeah, I'm not sure why
Okay,
you're picking a lock.
Me as a player forgot that.
Yeah, Elijah wouldn't. Would you like to change your
Elijah
action?
wouldn't. Yes, please.
Okay, are
I,
you
as
gonna
a
use
player,
your
have
action
forgotten
to
that in
just
3
slice
weeks.
the lock with your super magic sharp sword?
Yes.
I had
Okay.
forgotten as well.
Thank you for the super magic sharp sword.
That was probably the most important thing I did last session. I completely spaced.
Yeah, me too.
So you slice through the lock.
Hmm?
And the door swings open with force. The stormtrooper says, "Hey, you're not supposed to do that. Get back here." And on his turn, he's going
Oh,
to
my turn's not over yet.
sprint. Oh, he's not over yet.
I've only moved 30 feet. 35. Bonus action dash. 1, 2, 3. Object interaction. I'm gonna hand Godwyn a healing potion and a dagger. Oh, I guess he can take the dagger himself, but I'm gonna hand him a healing potion.
Okay, Rack, do you want to play as Godwyn?
Yeah.
Okay. He uses the he's going to use the veteran stat block.
Okay.
I can get it for you in just a second.
If we're gonna make it out of this alive, he needs to be in fighting shape. I've fed him, I've watered him, and I'm healing him. Let's go.
Well, in order to recover exhaustion, you do need to take a long rest, which he has not had an opportunity to do.
No,
He
he's
has
not gonna be
3,
impressive.
and he's 3 levels.
He has 3 levels of exhaustion.
Yeah, he's not going to be impressive, but hopefully he can run.
I think his movement is halved.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. On Bateau, Godwyn, edit, can be edited and controlled by Jordan.
Yeah, speed is halved.
Okay, he is also
We
still
can
chained to the
see.
wall.
I can fight.
Oh yeah, we'll solve that next turn.
Okay. Oh, yeah, sure.
I will also just note, unless you specifically have ideas of what to do with the sword, he's probably trained in two-handed in great swords.
Oh, thank God. I'm gonna hand him that sword. Yeah, take this.
Unless you're going to start swinging that. So,
No. No, oh God, no. And then he can cut his own chains while I try to handle the guard.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fuck, he can cut his own hole in the wall.
Perfect.
It is a
Godwyn,
big rock wall.
start cutting at least until I kill this guard. Stay next to me.
He gets up
Look
and
him in the
grabs the
face.
sword. And yeah. Starts chopping at the chains.
I mean, imagine. Does it even have to chop? Doesn't it just cut right through the chains?
Go ahead and roll initiative for Godwyn. Yeah, he would just cut through the chains. And I believe
Cool.
he gets a multi-attack, right?
He does.
Okay. Is that your initiative roll for him?
Yes.
Okay.
You say he's running the veteran stat block, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got that pulled up.
Okay, just a moment. Okay, and
Should be noted. I think he still needs to attack the chains and like hit their AC. I believe.
yeah, we'll do that once his turn comes around.
Well, my turn's now over.
Okay. Which means it is now Godwyn's turn.
His attacks are with disadvantage, aren't they? What's
Uh,
3
with
levels of
3 levels of exhaustion, I believe so.
So hopefully he can cut his own chains.
Yeah, He has disadvantage on ability checks. His speed is halved, and he has disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
All right.
But
So
his hit
this is
point
a
maximum isn't halved,
this
which it could have been.
is a great sword.
It is a great sword, yeah.
All right, I'll just roll these in roll 20. Since the veteran block has it as a long sword. So a 12.
Let me look at the rules for objects.
It Chan's like AC 18. It's not great.
Yeah.
What? But I don't feel like How does this work with it being a sword that just cuts through all objects, though?
It just maximizes the weapon dice. It still got to hit AC.
It does maximum damage.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So let's see.
That seems so confusing to me.
The AC of a rope is 11. AC of iron or steel is 19. But I'm gonna say it. So we'll say the sharpness means that it treats it like rope. So you do hit, and then hit points. It's small. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think that you can cut through one of your chains with the because it's a super sharp sword.
Okay.
You're able to cut through.
Cool.
Alright.
So
And
one of your
next
chains.
one. 7.
That's gonna be a miss.
Alright.
So you are trying to bring it around, but you're just so exhausted that you're not able to get in another swing within the 6-second window of this round.
Yep, bring it down. I'm just heaving, just panting heavily from exertion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the stormtrooper is going to charge forward 60 feet and is able to actually get into the door. He says, see the prisoner escaping, and he's going to look up at the ceiling and say, well, aren't you going to do anything about this?
Oh shit.
And as you look up, you see 3 figures standing on the ceiling, concealed in shadow previously, but now entering combat.
And that right there is literally Elijah's reaction. Is just chuckling.
Shit.
Well, yes, aren't you three going to do something? Oh.
I heard that you were supposed to be dead. I'm surprised to see you here.
Oh shit, it's his friends.
Which one said that?
That's gonna be Shay.
Shay, we're all supposed to be dead. It's the greatest joke that we have ever played on the Empire, isn't it?
Well, we gotta take care of some things first. So as she looks over at Gabriella, who is not one of your friends, you'll remember.
No, not at all.
And so she's going to step along the ceiling, and she's going to stab Gabriella, who is going to be very surprised by this action.
Fuck yes!
Me
let's see.
There's too much drama in this crazy session.
This is the first turn, so she has advantage on attack rolls that have on creatures that haven't taken a turn, and they're automatic criticals. So, let's see, 2 short sword attacks, 19 and 20. Those are both hits. So those are actually criticals. Okay. Let's see. So it needs to make 2 Constitution saving throws. First one succeeded. So it's going to be a d6 for damage. And then this is 76. Oh, you're very lucky that she beat this person in initiative.
Yeah.
So let's see. So that is 56, 60, 68 damage on the first hit.
Sounds about right. She just hit my max health with 1 swing.
Yeah. And then her second swing does an additional, and then the 76, but this is halved. So 6, no damage resistances. That is 13 unmodified, plus 27, and 27 is 54. Oh, but it's halved because she succeeded, so 54. So she doesn't quite manage to kill her on the first hit. But Arbaz also beat her in initiative. Okay, this is gonna be a lot less dramatic than I thought it was gonna be.
It was pretty dramatic, mate.
You had me walk into 2 of my closest friends on the goddamn ceiling and 1 bitch that I didn't care about. This was perfect.
And for the rest of us, it's like, oh, Elijah is going to die. There's 3 counter assassins here, and then to have them stab this third chick. Like, I thought this was going to be a whole, like, oh, you betrayed the Empire. We're still with them. And then, it's so good, Thur. It's so
and
good.
as soon as I saw the names, I just knew.
Yeah.
I would not have been as confident as you, but that's me.
I know my friends.
It's trusting your friends.
That's a person who accepted his own death.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that's also the thing. He had that glimmer of, yeah, they might kill me, but if it's them, there's literally nothing I can do about that. I might as well stand here.
Yeah,
and
I'm just sitting here. It's like, oh, so Thur set up a choice where if we took it, Elijah was just gonna die. Neat. I legitimately thought that until they stabbed her in the back. I'm like, well, sorry.
I was hoping that she would be more of a threat. I am kind of regretting. Yeah, I am kind of regretting my choice of stat block for your friends here, but we'll roll with it.
I really want to know what stat block you used for all of us.
It's just an assassin.
Oh yeah,
yeah, the standard assassin.
Okay.
It's either the assassin. It was either the assassin or the spy, but the spy is only like challenge rating 1.
Yeah.
Which didn't feel right, but there's no middle ground.
No.
See, I really thought you were just gonna go barbarian with him.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Knowing how he fights.
I mean, you can be a barbarian rogue. It works. No, NPCs, stat blocks. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I figured that they're all like operatives, kind of like you, and
which works.
Yeah, I mean we can adjust things as we go forward, but for this dramatic moment, I think it worked out okay.
Oh yeah.
Because our boss now gets to go, and he's gonna walk over, and he's also going to stab twice. and I don't even need to do any math. She's just dead. She falls off the ceiling, and the stormtrooper is just looking out up at the top, up at this, and is just like, "What is going on?"
Welcome to the party.
And she doesn't get a turn. She's dead. So that's back up to the top of the round with Elijah.
What is going on? Is you're dying, my friend. And I wish I could say I'm sorry about it, but I can't.
Here we go.
Been wondering where all my high rolls have been this whole game.
There you go. That's a hit. That's gonna be 13.
I don't know where the fucking music came from. I'm like, what the hell?
That is a miss.
Okay, so the 13, the 15, obviously the con save for the 1.
Yeah.
And then an additional, what level are we? 8 damage on top of that.
What is the DC for the con save?
15.
Okay. So he makes it.
Okay. So 28 plus another 8.
Do you get sneak attack?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I don't.
So just 14 plus 8, right?
Yeah.
Or no, just 13 because he's resistant to necrotic damage and you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
So now it's Godwyn's turn.
Time to break that chain. That's disappointing.
Yeah, so you're stealing yourself, but you're just exhausted. You can't get the sword up.
Alright, second swing.
That's a hit. Alright, so in your second swing, you're able to muster it, and you are now free. Somewhat.
Shakily get up to my feet. More using the sword to prop myself up.
Or sinks into the ground. Got new Excalibur.
Okay. The stormtrooper is going to attempt to attack Elijah. Yeah, so he just does some damage.
Okay. So I'll take 6, and then 13 halved. Be
Yep.
6 against 12.
So you're sword fighting with him. But he's definitely realized that he is backed into... He's not winning this.
No.
So he is going
is he
to
gonna run?
back off. Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to take my opportunity attack.
You're not.
Oh.
Nope.
Liar.
Man. Tonight has been odd.
Yep. Feast and famine, you know? But you do have friends here who can help you.
Yeah.
Let's see. So they are no longer on the first turn. And it is going to... They can't get there. But they can fire their crossbows through the door. Drop down and fire their crossbows through the door. So that's what they're both going to do. Unfortunately, the bolts deflect off of...
What's the range?
Hmm?
80? Could they fire from where they were?
They were on the ceiling. And like up in the shadows on the ceiling. It's a high ceiling because it's a tower.
Okay.
So they had to drop down for the angle. And they also don't have the aim action in their stat block. So let's see. Yeah, that bounces off of them. So that puts us back at you.
I mean, he's only gone 30 feet away, so I'm gonna go up next to him.
Okay.
I move faster than he does, apparently. And we're gonna swing. And we're gonna swing.
Those both miss.
Damn it.
His armor's holding.
Yep.
Godwyn, what are you doing?
Elijah's gonna yell for you, like, you don't have to cut through the wall anymore. That's the thing, is if he keeps running, there's my exit.
Yep. You blew in through this wall, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, the stormtrooper's turn. What does the stormtrooper do? Let's see. Also, it's been what? 3 turns. Okay. So he is going to go ahead and throw out his sword attacks at you.
Yep. Both those hit. I am gonna have one of them, so I go down to 12 though.
Okay, and then he's going to step over here to try and block this exit, and be out of line of sight of the crossbows. So if you want to take your opportunity attack.
I will.
Boom. Okay.
Oh, and
it's 14.
here's the fun thing. That's my dagger
Ah.
with the poison on it. The last dose of poison.
All right, we'll roll another 7d6 then. Yeah, he's gone. You managed
Cool.
to catch him.
I'm glad I was doing my opportunity attacks with the poison dagger.
Yeah. Okay. So, your path is now clear to get out.
Cool.
So you can help Godwyn stumble his way out into the night.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna use my action on whenever my turn does come back around to pour a bag of ball bearings out.
Okay.
Cover that's 10-foot square.
Yeah, so you guys, I'm going to drop us out of initiative for now. So you get everybody out, and you are out of the dungeon. Let's go back over to here. So you guys are coming out right here.
Yep. Cool. So my plan, has he gotten around to us? Flying and dashing. I guess flying over the castle.
I'm not sure if he's flying yet, unless he casts Armor of Agathis, so he needs the last spell slots for fly.
I was just walking.
Okay. Where have you gotten to?
Good question.
We're on what, turn 4 now?
Turn 3.
Okay. So how far can you move in 3 turns? If you don't mind moving there.
If he's just walking, are you walking or dashing?
I guess we can do a little dash and see what's going on. Well, I think what's going to happen here is We want to make the horses bigger, so they're large. We're gonna duo mount these horses here. And the horses go quite a bit faster. They go 60 feet, so let's go meow. So we can be over here to see where you'd be. In
Okay.
like a turn. I don't know how many guards and shit is over here.
Let's see. I'm gonna say these guys have probably gotten out of bed and dressed, so there's probably another squad here.
How dressed did they get in 3 turns, though?
Well, they're the ones that are on call, so they've got their armor and stuff on. They just have to grab their weapons and put on their strap on their shield after your explosion, because there was a few rounds of a few rounds before you actually got into combat.
Well, after like, I guess a round or two, it might take like 2 rounds with a bit of setup. I'll get about here, and so in round 2, as an action, I'll just ask Elijah. I was like, all right, where should I expect you?
Outside of the east wall, down the hill.
Oh, okay, down the hill. Come on, boys, we're going over here. On turn 3, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna cast Fly, and then
Well, the east wall would be no, that's south wall, isn't it? This would be east. So you're gonna be expecting us down this hill.
but there are dudes right there,
Oh yeah, fair.
which I guess they can't do anything, but they're there.
Well, they also think
Then
you're
again,
friendly.
there's a guy with a gun right here.
They do think you're friendly, yeah. There is a guy with
They
a
do
gun
think
right
I'm
there.
friendly.
He's
We'll
he's
go right
running
here.
this way.
All right. Well, we'll cast Fly. It might be important enough to use a feather on it. So we'll try to be a little bit on the down low in case. Oh, maybe they'll see. Maybe it might be kind of hard to conceal the fucking pretty golden feathers. I have no idea if they'll be suspicious or not. We'll save the golden feathers. We'll do it without the golden feathers.
Okay.
We're gonna fly, and we'll kind of like split up. I'm gonna like look like I'm like looking over the area, and this one will like go this way, and I'll be over here, and I'll just tell Elijah's like mount him on the horse, and yeah. So we're gonna put on the show of like, where are they?
Mhm.
Patrolling the area.
Cool. And then yeah, we'll put him on the horse. I'll look at my 2 friends and be like, act like you're chasing me. I'm going to trust he is now he's now on a horse, a flying horse. He can get away safely. Me and my friends can run down walls. I'm gonna take off down that cliff and just
Yep.
zip it out to the ocean. And I'm gonna dive into the ocean with them chasing me like they're trying to murder me.
Yep, and they'll follow you too.
Because no one else saw them. Do that. They can go right back undercover.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm gonna hand Elijah the sword back.
Before you take off.
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna say thank you.
No problem, kid. I will see you soon.
Okay. So Godwyn is flying off into the distance, safe. Elijah and his new friends have escaped as well. Lord Noctum is making a big show of looking around.
Well, I'm going to like point and see as like he's going that way, and my 2 horses we're gonna go towards the ocean.
Mhm.
Where do you go? We're gonna fly around outside the ocean, and then for like
Okay.
a hot minute, and then we're gonna like it's night. We're just gonna, they're not gonna notice us. It's kind of dark, and we're in the sky, so we're just gonna go somewhere else.
Okay, yeah. So you just fly off.
Collect Godwyn, and fly off.
If it really matters, we're going to go up into the clouds.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
went that way.
you've got an hour of flight time, so.
I got 2 hours if really needed to.
Oh yeah.
That's part of how I'm appearing to outrun my friends, is because I had a minute or 7 rounds of flight left.
So yeah, we're gonna fuck around over the ocean, and then we're gonna like do an Aladdin, and we're gonna go up into the clouds. And it's like, hello, I'd like to think of myself as your uncle. How are you?
And as soon as the new horses are hitched up, I'm gonna turn to Aerith and say, send a message to Noctum, see what's going on. When we get the response back, which I assume is, I don't know if you want to roleplay that.
Would you require an Aerith?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think this is where we pause until Aerith can return.
Yeah. Okay. Because the idea is confirm with Noctum that they're gone, and then make a fuss of like, this isn't safe here. The horses are ready. We're gonna head back. We're going to get out of here. This is not safe. The Count cannot guarantee our safety, and I'm just gonna get the soldiers to escort us back out.
Okay. Yeah, we'll resolve all of that next
Act
week.
like a pompous noble. That's
Yeah,
what we would do.
that's basically the idea.
Yep. Okay.
Well, all right.
So,
We need to get a. We need a Minsk episode now.
We do need a Minx episode. I think I've gotten.
We're gonna spend several sessions in the Draconic territory. Yeah.
Nope, exactly
Dragonland.
there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're going to Dragon Russia for some reason.
We're gonna have a drag episode. Yep.
Yep. It'll be a pretty good one. You gotta wear scales. It's gonna be nice. All these colors. Mainly red.
Mainly red.